everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Last week the lovely Margaret Flaxman sent me an email saying that she'd just watched a video by, I'm going to get it wrong already, TerrasTakes or something like that. I'll leave a link to the video that Margaret sent me, and this lady was making collage paper like the Tim Holtz collage paper. Now I don't know if you've seen it, it comes on a roll, it's quite expensive. I love it. Never bought it. I don't own any, and you know, it's one of those things that yes, I'd love to have it, but do I need to spend that kind of money to buy it? Probably not. I've never justified purchasing it. So this lady shows you how to make it, and I'm going to show you. And all you need is some tracing paper. Now I bought mine from the Works for £2.50, pack of A4. So some tracing paper and some ink that will stick onto it. Now I've got Stays On, that works a treat. If you've got something like that, that would be great. Don't use things like, I don't think, distress inks, those sort of things, I don't think they will dry on there because this is kind of shiny. So you need something that's going to, this is designed especially for use on plastic and other things, so this is perfect. I think this other lady used archival ink as well, that would work, but I don't think other things, you'll have to try it if you want to. If you haven't got something, try it and see if it works. Let me show you what I've made. Hang on a minute, let me stick something vaguely white down here so you can see. The first one I did was this one, so you can see it's see-through, and I've just used all my stamp sets, all the things I don't usually use. I just pulled out a few and had a go at lining stuff up. Now I have used my stamping block, whatever you call it, stamping gadget thing. If you don't have one of those, you can stamp. I don't think this lady did, I think she just stamped it down with a stamping block. I am not very good at that. I don't have a very steady hand, and also on plasticky things I find that my stamps move and I don't get a very clear image. So I decided to use my stamping platform, that's the word, and that gave me a better chance. There's some things I'm trying to show that didn't come out very well, but I can't even see them. That one, like that stamp there, I probably wouldn't use again. It came out a bit too black and messed stuff up, but you know, I've never used that one, I don't think, so I don't, you know, you wouldn't know. So I've done that sheet, and then of course I went on and just did a sheet full of butterflies and the odd dragonfly. So there's this one here. I got out all my different butterfly stamps, well not all of them, because I found some more that I haven't used, and I think there's even some more that I haven't used as well, but some of my butterfly collection I've done on there, and I thought these would be great for collage. You could just cut out a bit, you could just use a bit of it, you know, to add a bit of drama on your work. So it's ever so simple. Like this one didn't come out terribly well, and this one I noticed both times on that wing didn't come out. I didn't have a go at realigning it. I thought that wouldn't work. This one, it was annoying. I'd got half a wing, so I did go over that one again, and it's not awful. It's not great. That's what it should look like. It's not great, but it would pass. But you just have to kind of be brave and see where it takes you. So I've pulled out some different stamp sets, and it's a good excuse to use things that you don't normally use. So let's start this way around, I think. I really don't know, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If we smudge it, we smudge it. It doesn't matter, it's going to be collage paper. I'll use the rest of it. Right, let's have a go at this. I rather like this. Now this is a new stamp. I've used one of them a minute ago, but they're ever so sticky, which is usually something we're quite pleased about, but it does stick to everything. I'm going to maybe do that. No, I'm just going to stick it there. Okay, so I'm just going to line up some stamps. Feel free to scoot along if you don't want to watch me lining things up and sort of going over quite slow while I do this. And I'm literally pulling out different stamp sets that I don't usually use or don't use very often, Like there's some, I don't really know which way, if this is going to have a direction either, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's put that there. Can I fit that one in there? Maybe. Something like that. I wouldn't go overboard because you need to kind of anchor it down a bit as well. I've only got 2 magnets. I could really do with some more. Let's have a feather like that. Right, I'm going to leave that like that and hope for the best. So, and this is what I've been doing, a little bit at a time. Pick those up. So I mean that one is very sticky, so we're just going to have to hope for the best when we get that down. So ink it up with your ink that is not water based, I would say. Something, if you're using tracing paper, you're going to need something that's got something that will stick onto it and dry, and this dries really quickly. Actually, I've not used this pad before. I've had it a little while and not used it, and I don't know why, because it's brilliant on this paper. Okay, let's just shove that out of the way. Hope this all lines up again. Looks like it. And just do your best to get your images transferred. And the problem is some of these stamps I've hardly used, so I don't know whether or not they stamp well or not. I'll tell you what doesn't stamp well. I'll show you in a minute. Right, I'm going for it. That's not come out terribly well. I'm not gonna fuss about it. All right, that's come out quite nicely. Yeah, not so pleased with that, but not going to worry about it. This sort of thing. Now I have used one. I don't know if you can see that. It's in plastic. I can't bother to get it out, but it's got writing on and things like that. Some of those, even when I'm doing it on like normal paper, I have to use my stamping platform and use it about 3 or 4 times, ink it, stamp it, ink it, stamp it, in order to get a clean image. I don't think this will give you the luxury of restamping, because everything sticks to the paper and you pull it off, it moves. Even with these magnets, there's some shifting, and I think if I re-inked, even to do this one, it would probably give me a double line and look nasty. I think it'd be better just to leave it now. So then, now I haven't got anything proper to clean my stamps with. I'm sure I'm supposed to use something other than water, but I don't have anything, so I'm just going to go over them with something wet, and then go over them with a bit of kitchen paper that is dry, because I noticed if I started putting them back onto here and there's the slight wet on them, they make a mess, and they slide around as well. Right, let's get these off. Okie dokie. Right, now you can turn your paper around if it's easier. So what I might do now, I don't know whether or not that will. I'll probably need to turn it around to do some more there. So we could work. Let's carry on. Let's carry on with this bit while we've got it here. I'll tell you what I've noticed here is my thing is not very clean by the looks of it. My magnet. Right, what could we put here? We've got a little feather here. Maybe we could pop that on. Maybe we could put it over the top. It might disguise it. I was looking for some more floral things, so let's see what we've got. And I've got all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Perhaps we should have that going that way. Yeah, so I'm kind of going floral because I've got quite a few floral stamps that I don't use. Let's do that. Now let's have a look at the best way to support this. Maybe there. And it might be better perhaps to work in one area rather than two areas, which is what I'm doing. But never mind. Maybe these stamps work better if you spend more time like pressing them down and oh, that's not too bad, not too shabby. Right, so the easiest way to deal with this page I think now is to turn it around and to work from that way. And if you want your images to go in a particular direction, then you have to, you know, bear that in mind when you're doing it. Right, I think I shall use some of these same stamps again. So I'm just going to rub off anything that's obviously dark and then try and dry them off a bit. Let's have I'd like to use this key thing again. We could have it going up the page, couldn't we? Like that. No, we had those. I don't want those too close to that. We could perhaps have the feather again. But I mean, it's up to you what you do. You can use completely different stamps. You could. I did. You know, you could go with postmarks and things, whatever you fancy. You have a theme, animals. That will do, I think, for now. Okay, let's pick this lot up and see what we're doing. Right, so I haven't made any mess on here with those stamps, which is good. Otherwise I'd be trying to line it up with the mess. So thank you, Margaret, this is a great idea and I'm going to be able to use this with my collage. I need to do some collage, not just make things. It's like the jelly prints all over again. Make 100 jelly prints but not do anything with them. There we go. That didn't go terribly well on that one, but you know, you get the idea. It's not rocket science. It's just stamping on tracing paper. Don't think I want. Oh, I need to clean that off. So there's my thing. Let's clean those. And most of this ink does come off. I'm using a wet wipe. Well, it was one that had dried out, and I've added some water to, but let's get that off. Oh, I wonder if we could maybe have something coming on from the side there. Got the feather. I know I've used that a lot, but I quite like that, so that's why. I could have a teeny feather. I've actually got an even smaller feather somewhere, wherever my feathers are. Yeah, there's a little tiny feather. Maybe we could use that. But little stamps are great for filling in gaps if you find you've got some bigger gaps than you wanted. They're quite useful. What else could we have? That comes out fairly well. Would that go in there? Yep. Didn't use the rose, so we'll use that. I might have to find some things to go in there. Bring on the butterflies. Those ones were a little large. These are good ones. Let's use some of these. There's one. That will do for now. Right, let's put something on. Right, let me just check up there. We don't want to go too much further than that. So it's really quick and it dries quite quickly, because I think, you know, these are all dry. Even though they look a bit wet still, I think that's just because it's the nature of the paper. Right, cool, not bad at all. Right, let's take those off. We've got a little bit of space which we could fill with some of these beauties. I would say do spend the time just cleaning them off and drying them off. I think it will make all the difference, otherwise you'll have splodges and bits of colour that you don't want. And of course you don't have to do black, that's the other thing. I've only got a black stays on pad, but if you've got other inks in different, in different colours, experiment with those. You could use brown for a vintage look, or you could use, I think this lady used purple in one of hers. I'll pop that there. Let's have a thing on there. Just trying to find small things. We could have a small feather there. I've got a butterfly. I haven't really got anything really that. Maybe we should have the feather up there then. Like that. Don't want that butterfly the same orientation as that, so I'll move it. I think that will do us now. Pop that there, pick those up. Amazingly, I haven't put a stamp on the wrong way around. That's what I usually do, and then when I go to put ink on it, I'm inking the back of the stamp on here. Let's try that. Perfect. Right, let me take this off. bring on that bit of paper again, and there we go. Collage paper, see-through, so that you can stick it on top of something. I'm trying to find something that's got a bit of colour on it, but you can still see the background underneath. Perfect. So I'll be using some of those. So thank you, Margaret, for finding the video in the first place. Thank you, Terras, I can't remember your channel name, but I'll pop it in my description box down below. Pop along and see this lady, because she's got she does more interesting pictures, but essentially you're just stamping stays on ink or something similar onto tracing paper. And in the UK, I'm sure you can get it all over the world, but in the UK the works are selling little A4 pads for £2.50. That's what it looks like. So there you go. And if you've got, I mean, I had a stash of paper, but tracing paper, but somebody who shall remain nameless borrowed it, and I've never seen it again. So yeah, hang on to your tracing paper. That's what I would say. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back sometime, perhaps with a collage video. You never know. And in the meantime, have a lovely day, and I will see you very soon. Cheerio for now.